Jim Bowden in The Athletic at this hour. He writes this: combine the expected contract it would take to sign Juan Soto long term and the above factors, talking about his arbitration number, by the way, could be as high as $33 million per MLB trade rumors. And it seems there's a real possibility San Diego will trade him this offseason. Jim Bowden, former general manager in the big leagues, saying there is a real possibility the Padres could trade Juan Soto this offseason. Here are the 5 candidates that Bowden is speculating.
Oh, God.
Okay. Number 1,
Mm-hmm.
the New York Yankees. They finished with an identical 82-80 record last year to the Padres. They clearly have money. They have resources. They have trade capital. And they need to win. It's the New York Yankees.
Okay. Makes
Candidate
sense.
number 2, the Boston Red Sox, who probably could use an offseason in which they're making a splash. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Boston Red Sox, candidate number 2, potential trade partner. Number 3, a team that just missed out. You heard their general manager this offseason. I think we were critical of however he put it about the Mariners, but the Seattle Mariners, who missed out despite winning, I don't know how many games they won, 86, 87 this past year. Number 4, this isn't happening. The San Francisco Giants. I wouldn't think you would trade in division. That would surprise me.
If they traded in division, I would lose my shit.
Imagine this. Melvin, departs.
Yeah.
Snell signs as a free agent with the Giants, and they trade Juan Soto to San Francisco. That's not happening.
That's smart. That'd
be good.
Let's just make the teams in our division better instead of us.
And then candidate number 5, he writes the first sentence is, will you stop laughing and let me explain? The Cleveland Guardians. Guardians have built a young, talented, and inexpensive starting rotation, along with a strong bullpen led by Emmanuel Clase. Could bolster their lineup.
Former Padre.
Yeah. And the Guardians could potentially swap their ace, Shane Bieber, and left fielder Stephen Kwan for Soto. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, no move for Soto would
make you feel good about it?
Make me feel good or make any sense in the like immediate time. I mean, if you trade for a guy like James Wood and James Wood turns out to be like Yordan Alvarez, then that's great. Mm-hmm. But that's in
4 years,
4 or 5 years. Like they need to win now. And Juan Soto gives you your best opportunity to win now. I would love if they signed Juan Soto to a long-term deal just because it's Juan Soto and he is their best offensive player, like by far. Did he have a great season overall? I would say it's a good season because in the clutch moments this year, he was really bad, but he got his numbers. And so for me,
what he hit with men, I'm glad you mentioned that. I haven't looked this up. Do you know what he hit with men in scoring position this year? It wasn't as bad as you would think, right?
Honestly, it's probably like,
what would you think he hit with men in scoring position?
Honestly, probably pretty good, like 275 or something.
But it doesn't seem like that. Let's see. RISP. Okay, this is Juan Soto with runners in scoring position in 2023. This will blow your mind, okay?
It's like 300, huh?
He hit 300. He hit 299. He hit 299, okay? His on base was 439, so he was walking a ton, as he normally does. But think about that. His on base was 140 points higher than his batting average, so a ton of walks with men on base. He slugged, though. His highest slug, like with men in scoring position, he slugged 576. With no one on, he slugged 491. So he slugged 576. His OPS with men in scoring position for the year was 1,016.
Then why did it feel like it was way worse?
Well, I'll give you one qualifier. I'll give you one. With men on first and third this year, this is only 23 at-bats. But when he batted with men on first and third, this is 23 at-bats, but all important at-bats. His OPS was 627. He had 130 in 23 at-bats with the runners at first and third, 3 for 23.
So that's where my mind goes.
Yeah.
When I think of Juan Soto this year being really bad in clutch situations.
Me too.
That's the number I think of.
Listen to this, though. 60 at-bats with a runner at second. 60 at-bats. He had 317 with a 1,064 OPS. Huh. So, but I'm with you. Again, the team wasn't good. So there were not that many impactful clutch Juan Soto moments. He had opportunities where he didn't come in or come through in. But it's hard for me to imagine he had a 1,000 OPS with men in scoring position this year. 1,000. Highly productive.
How?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, then
A
it
lot
makes
of
it
it was
even
late.
more
Remember
like
September. His September was really good, wasn't it?
September was like all worldly.
Yeah.
Worldly.
Yeah.
Worldly? Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe some
So
of it goes back to that.
I think a lot of it goes to that.
Yeah.
He had like an
Like he
800.
hit, listen to this. He hit 340 in September in 27 games. He had a
Yeah.
1,156 OPS.
Yeah.
He had 10 home runs in 27 games.
Jesus.
But again, that was they were out of it, right? It was all
Right.
uphill. So can he
There's
do that
no
in April next
scenario
year?
where I'm okay with them trading Juan Soto. I just like if they have to trade Juan Soto because of money, that's on them.
Yeah,
If they have
right,
to, if they
exactly.
trade Juan Soto because they don't think they can sign him, that's also on them.
Mm-hmm.
If they trade Juan Soto just because they want to get a semi good return back on him because they don't want to lose him for nothing, that's on them. It's just this past year with Snell and Hader, I feel like the majority feeling was okay, you got to trade these guys to get some return.
Yes, no doubt. On this channel, it was.
The only way I'm trading Juan Soto is if they're in the same position next year at the deadline. And if they're not, like I'm riding with Juan Soto for the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah. I'll move him in July. Of
Yeah.
course you will. I mean,
Yeah.
now it would almost have to be worse than they were this year. But I mean, listen, if you're 10 under in July and it's not working out, he's got to go. And I don't care if you're getting pennies on the dollar.
Gotta
You
go.
got to get the pennies. Why would you take no money at all?
Yep, gotta go.
So you're not getting the same return, but you're not getting the same return right now, even with a year. You cannot risk trading him before you know if you're going to be good or not. If you get off to a good start, you have Juan Soto. How could you move on from Juan Soto not knowing if you get off to a good start or not in 2024? I get it. From a payroll perspective, there are complexities because he's going to make $33 million. So now that's $33 million less you can spend on your roster potentially. But yeah, it's a chicken egg thing, and you don't want to go at it without Juan Soto, I wouldn't think.
Nope.
For 2024. That's the way I
Nope.
look at it.